Good morning, everybody. I look a little rough right now, but later on in the video, I will not be looking rough. If you can tell by the title of this video, I'm taking that Instagram reel that's gone like really viral, really popular, things that just make sense in my house, and I'm making a video out of it. If you follow me on social media, you will see that I have posted 5 things that I do in my home. The maintenance people was walking across the grass, but I recorded I did a video of 5 things that I do in my home that just makes sense for a pregnant stay-at-home mom. So I wanted to just add on to those 5 things that I did on Instagram and give y'all a little more insight of what else I do in my home that just makes sense for a pregnant stay-at-home mom. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this video. Okay, y'all, I got to hurry up and get milk. I got to hurry up and get this video done because S.J is taking his nap, and I usually nap during his nap time. But if I didn't get this video in, then if I didn't get this in now, it was gonna get in later. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay. One of the first things that I want to list, being a pregnant stay-at-home mom, is having a journal. I'm not really a journal. Oh, I thought the heat was about to come on. I'm not really like a big journaler per se, but I do like to jot down a bunch of my notes. And then in this journal, it has like different sections, which I have for jotted down, journaling, doodles, empty gridded piece, and then an area for my grocery list. I have serious mommy brain, so I forget just about everything. So it's very easy for me to, or helps a lot, if I just write everything down, or what I can remember to write down, what's important to write down, so I don't forget it. Or if I do forget it, I have a place of reference, like what I wanted to add in this video is on this list, and my journal is on this list. So that's one thing that just makes sense in my house. Another thing that just makes sense in my house, Sloan came up with this last month, the month of January, to just put candy in this jar, and now it just makes sense. Right now I have Ghirardelli peppermint bark, I have the dark chocolate one, and I also have the milk chocolate one in here too. I have one Reese's and the snack size, or the fun size Snickers, whatever they're called, they're fun size, the fun size Snickers. I love chocolate, and Sloan likes to sneak and eat chocolate too, even though he pretend he don't like candy, but he do. So this is a definite must have, that just makes sense in my home. All right, y'all, for this one I had to get down on the floor. Something else that just makes sense in my home is a unbaby-proofed house. I've tried to baby-proof. Sloan has did his part in baby-proofing. S.J gets through it. He has broke these, so this is supposed to be like a little latch that comes over here so that he can't open the cabinets. He broke it. So what he would do was he would just keep pulling it and pulling it and pulling it until it snapped. And then with these little things, with this thing, it's kind of like the same concept, or not the same concept, but it's supposed to hook onto the cabinet. And yes, we know I know there's supposed to be a piece there, but this little flank is really thin, so it wasn't enough space for the piece. But because it is so thin, it's easy for this to hook onto and keep the baby out of, or as I should say, keep normal babies out of. What S.J does, he'll just pull it until it comes open. So it just makes sense to have an unbaby-proofed house. Now, trust me, SJ doesn't get into anything dangerous. He doesn't go unwatched, unmonitored. He's never left alone. When it's quiet, when he gets quiet, I'm looking to see what's going on. So he is never in danger. It's just baby proofing hasn't worked in our home. If you have any other tips or tricks on how to baby proof the house, any other like baby proof supplies that may or may not work, let me know, because my baby clearly don't want to be safe. All right, we are back. I don't know why I still have this pen in my hand. We are back on our feet for this next portion of the video, and one of the next things in my house that just makes sense is a freezer full of things that I can quickly heat up. Bags of vegetables, quickly heat up. SJ loves broccoli, so it's primarily broccoli, but he loves that. Hot dogs, quickly heat up. French fries, quickly heat up. Fish sticks, quickly heat up. Things that I can quickly heat up, quickly cook. It just makes sense in my house, especially for lunchtime. Let me close this so I don't let out all my cold air. But especially for lunchtime, I like to make quick lunches. Eventually, one of these days, when I get a bigger freezer, maybe I'll probably do like meal preps and stuff like that, which will make my life a lot easier. But for right now, quick stuff. French fries, broccoli, frozen vegetables, frozen fruit. I have frozen fruit in here, 2 different kinds of frozen fruit. Here's one, and then here's the other. Frozen fruit, all of that stuff is real easy for me to have in my house as a pregnant stay-at-home mom. I could pop it out for me to eat. I could pop it out for SJ to eat. And it only takes 10-15 minutes max. Just makes sense. Another thing. Featuring the baby bump. I'm not gonna tell y'all baby's name just yet. I'll probably do a poll on social media to get y'all to guess my baby's name, but it is a baby boy. That is a known fact for everybody that follows me on social media, and I don't mind letting that be known. This is a baby boy. That's besides the point. Another thing that just makes sense in my house is a living room that is actually a playroom. Because of like the whole COVID thing, we don't go out too much. We do take SJ to like this play place, but that's like only on the weekends. So when it's just me and SJ, we're at home, and this is his play area. It just makes sense to have this area to be his play area. It's the biggest area in the house. It's the living room, so we spend most of our time living in the room. So what you see is his torn apart potty, because he likes to take the pieces apart, even down to the bag that's supposed to hold his potty stuff. But yeah, he uses that every other day. His horsey, you can't see the horse, but he has a horsey right here that he likes to beat up. His mop and broom that he uses incorrectly. He likes to take the broom and throw it on the floor and just sweep like this. And he likes to take the mop and chew on the mop head. Eventually, we're gonna learn how to clean up with these things properly. And I'll just feature something else that he super duper loves. He loves the Batman couch. It folds up into like an actual couch that he can sit on, and then it unfolds like this so that, you know, he can lay on it and relax and stuff like that. But he absolutely loves this couch. The first thing he does in the morning when he comes downstairs is unfold his couch or jump on his couch. That's his favorite thing. So yeah, it just makes sense in my home to have a living room that doubles as a playroom. Okay, I'm gonna stand closer, y'all, because now we're upstairs and Ashley is upstairs sleeping, and I don't want him to wake up. Yes, I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath because 1, I'm out of shape, 2, I'm pregnant, and 3, I had to walk up steps, and them steps are treacherous. But If it look like I keep looking back and forth, I am looking back and forth. I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at the camera, which I'm supposed to be looking at. One of these days, I'll start looking at the camera, but until then, don't mind it. Another thing that just makes sense in my home is all of SJ's leftover stuff. I have leftover baby hats, socks, toys, the bassinet, rockers, a jumper. I have 2 different jumpers. Have three different jumper walker things. There's one in the corner down right there. It's one downstairs that's still a jumper, and then there's another downstairs that converts from like a little baby jumper walker thing to actual play table, which is what SJ still plays with today. And then I have a big old overflowing bin of clothes right here next to me. So this pregnant stay-at-home mama, it just makes sense to have all of baby number 1 leftover stuff. This car is not leftover though. It's just winter time, so SJ doesn't use it. Has nowhere to take it. It's freezing outside, so we're not going outside to ride his car. But that is in the video, so I just wanted to point that out. They will be sharing it though. They will be sharing it. But yeah, it just makes sense to have the leftover stuff. Okay, another thing that just makes sense in my house is something that I pointed out in the video that I made for Instagram Reels. A full laundry basket. Typically, I think I'm talking too loud. Okay, typically I like to wash clothes on a Monday. I don't know why. It's just so happened to always be Monday that I wash the clothes. But no matter, I wash the clothes Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The clothes always seem to be piled up. Always, no matter what. And I kind of think that it's because by the time I get finished, like folding clothes, it takes me about 2-3 days to fold clothes. I hate folding clothes. But by the time I get finished folding the clothes, it's just like, oh, we're back here to square one where I have to wash them again. But either way, it's just always clothes that need to be washed. It just makes sense in my pregnant stay-at-home mommy house. Alright, I told you guys that SJ is sleeping, which he is. You see his little teeth marks all over the crib. He's a bad baby. It's a bad baby. But SJ is not the center of this, and neither is the teeth marks. The center of this specific part of the video is the crib in general. This thing is only used about 65, maybe 75% of the time. SJ does not particularly care to sleep in the crib. The crib is in our room, me and Sloan's room, and he sleeps in here during nap time and no later than 2 a.m. overnight. But yeah, that's another thing that just makes sense, to have a crib that's barely used. Makes sense in my house. So how about yours? My least favorite thing that I wanted to add in this video is Sloan's piles of clothes. He throws his clothes any and everywhere except inside the hamper. Literally, he'll have his clothes thrown on top of the hamper before he puts them in the hamper. But that's something that just makes sense in my home. Alright, y'all. The last thing that I want to add into this here video before I take my nap is praise and worship. In the morning, I obviously can't show you because 1, I'm getting ready to take my nap, and 2, I've already done the praise and worship. But anytime throughout the day, really, it's not really just scheduled and penciled in for the morning time, but lately I've been really enjoying morning praise and worship. So once me and SJ come downstairs after we like brush our teeth and everything, I typically throw on some gospel music and, you know, wash his bottles, get the breakfast made, stuff like that. And after we eat breakfast, you know, we just spend time just in the presence of God. I read his little baby Bible to him. And yeah, we just spend that time just inviting God's spirit into our home so that, you know, he could just be with us throughout the day, and it could just give a great start to our day. But something that just makes sense. The number one thing that just makes sense being a pregnant stay-at-home mom is that praise and worship, just inviting the Spirit of God in our home, because Lord knows I need the uplifting Spirit of the Lord because SJ gets crazy, and lately my attitude, my hormones have been all over the place. I've been all types of moody, tired, and I need it. I need it. If I don't need nothing else, I need the Spirit of God. But now that I've covered everything for now, I've covered everything for this video that just makes sense in my home as a pregnant stay-at-home mom. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and I'm gonna take my nap with my baby, and we'll see y'all in the next video, whatever that is. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe and share this video, and also check down below in the description box so that you all can follow me on my social media. And I also leave a link to the video that I just made of the other things that just make sense in my home. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.